What's up, guys? It's Ty here, and welcome back to the third episode here of the Run It Back podcast. We have a special guest today. Jake is here on the podcast. Jake, why don't you say hello to the viewers?
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here on my first appearance. Can't wait to get into it.
Oh, we ready. I don't think you're ready for this. I mean, Jake is also in a car, but I'll tell you what, he's not in the same car Mo and Isaiah are, and he's in a separate car. Can you believe it? I'm still the only one who's not
3 feet away from him.
3 feet. Jake is 3 feet away from them. I'm the only one who's not in a car right now. I feel like I should be, but probably not. But you guys are looking at it right now. We're on the Wikipedia page of a basketball player that played for Mo's favorite team and my favorite team, the Boston Celtics. There's some, they do not like, Mo and Isaiah have some feelings about this man. Mo, Isaiah, tell the crowd what you think about William Felton Russell. That's his name.
What was the question?
The question was how do we
tell
feel
us about Bill Russell. What do you think about him?
You want me to start off?
Start off.
All right. Well, I have many things to say about Bill Russell. I'm going to start it off by saying I think he's the most overrated player in NBA history.
Okay.
He what is he like? He had won like 11 titles.
11 titles, yes.
11 titles, and weren't 10 of them in a row?
9, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah, 9.
8 or something.
So.
Oh, 8. It's 8.
Bill Russell. Okay, he played in a league. He gets all this credit. He's in some people's top 10s, top 5s. He gets credit for being one of the greats. He played in an era where there were I think there were 8 teams when he played.
I believe so.
And there were only, I think, 2 good teams. I think it was them and the Lakers.
Philadelphia Warriors. Back in
the Warriors. Yeah, you're right. And so Bill Russell, and I also kind of looked at his stats too. He did have a lot of rebounds, but he was also taller than just about everybody in the league but Wilt. But I'm pretty sure he only averaged 17 points a game, which isn't bad at all, but it's not, it doesn't deserve to be, that doesn't make him deserving to be on the top 10 in my opinion. Like I said, I think he's the most overrated player in NBA history. So another one of my claims about Bill Russell is I honestly think that if you threw any really good high school basketball player onto that Celtics team,
high school,
they would have won probably all 11 of those titles. The famous line with Bill Russell is, if you throw Carlos Carter on the the 65 Celtics or whatever,
yeah,
they would win 11 titles. I don't think losing Bill Russell and adding Carlos would be much of a difference, honestly. Yeah, I feel like Bill Russell just gets way too much praise. He had a teammate. I forget his name. I think his name was Sam.
Sam Jones.
Sam Jones.
Sam Jones. From what I remember looking at, I'm pretty sure he averaged 25 a game or something. So if anything, he kind of sort of carried them. But yeah, I think the Celtics. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is the Celtics had. I think, Jake, we looked at this before. Did they have 10 out of the 12 people on their team as Hall of Famers?
Yes, it was around that 9 or 10,
yeah. Almost their entire depth chart were Hall of Famers. So, their whole team was so good. Yeah, I don't give Bill Russell much credit at all for those 11 titles. That might sound ridiculous to some people, but like I said, take Bill Russell out, throw Carlos in. Celtics are coming out with 10, 11 championships.
Jake, do you want me to go?
Go right ahead.
So I haven't obviously done as much research as Isaiah has on this subject. I never thought Bill Russell was the most overrated player in the NBA history. Yeah, the teams back then were definitely not as good as they were today, and yeah, there were 8 of them or 7 of them, but he won 11 championships. He only played in the league 13 years. I mean, that's still kind of a great accomplishment, even though it was really easy and he ran through the league. I can agree if you put Carlos on the Celtics that they would still win, but
Yes.
I mean, Bill Russell was only in the league 13 years. Like, there were only 2 times he didn't win the title. Like, you gotta say, that's still a pretty good accomplishment. Like, and wasn't Bill Russell like 7-1 or something?
6'10".
I think he was
6'9".
6'10".
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now.
So he was 6'10". So, I mean, you guys didn't really expect him to average crazy numbers. Like average like maybe 30 points a game. I mean, if he averaged 17, which isn't too bad for a power forward back then. Well, back then he was a center. Power forwards weren't even 6'10" now. Like, I think back then they didn't even have like the 3-point line. So you got to take all those things into account when you talk about Bill Russell.
I don't think Bill Russell would have been much of a 3-point shooter. I'm looking at his free throw percentages, and his best percentage was 61%. So I really don't think he'd be that good of a free throw shooter in my opinion.
Isn't that like the average center though?
Huh?
Like, don't they? What does the average center shoot?
I don't know,
They
but
shoot 61%.
I don't know, but but you said threes. I don't think that would just equate well to.
No, I'm not saying Bill Russell would have shot threes. Obviously, he's a center. I'm saying other players on his team.
Oh, I get you.
If other teams had been able to take threes, and also his team, that would have really played a factor.
Well, that kind of makes him look worse.
The 3-point shot is a very big part of the game today.
I think not having a 3-point shot makes him look worse because it takes more shots to get to Sam Jones does 25 points per game. Like with 3-pointers, it take less shots to get there. But that's just my opinion. Jake, what do you think about Bill Russell? And also, I'm gonna pose a question to you, Jake. If Carlos Carter was on this Boston Celtics team, would they still win this many titles, if not more?
If who was on it?
Carlos Carter. Come on, keep the Carlos Carter train going.
Carlos gets him to double digits, yes.
Ooh.
And here's the thing. Yes, Bill Russell should have been better. He's playing against guys who work 9 to 5 jobs, then go and play basketball. Like, he's playing against his local plumber in the league, and he can't even put up 20.
That's a good point.
That's a good point, actually.
Like, they always bring it up when they say stuff about Wilt. Like, yeah, Wilt just wanted it more, and he was playing, like, average, like, typical Joes. Like, nobody brings it up when they talk about Bill Russell. Bill Russell's teammates were probably average Joes working 9 to 5. They just meandered their way into the Hall of Fame.
Well, getting into the Basketball Hall of Fame is very easy. Like, very
These
easy.
guys are like cashiers at McDonald's making their way into the Hall of Fame.
Was McDonald's a thing back in '56? I think it was, but like it was quite new. I'll tell you that. Yeah, his highest points per game was 18.9, so he actually never even cracked 19 per game. So that's the Bill Russell debate, guys. I mean, is there anything else that you want to say on the Bill Russell front here, Isaiah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've got one more thing to say, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Do you know the Finals MVP award?
Yes, I know what you're gonna say.
That was pretty much created because of Bill Russell. He set the foundation for that award. They made it at the end of his career, but he was the reason they made that award. Did you know that?
Yes, that's why they call it the Bill Russell Finals MVP award.
Exactly.
That is why they call it that, though. Like, see? So, what do you think to say about that, Isaiah? Huh? What are your closing arguments here?
Wait, alright. I have 2 things to say. Just a quick recap. I'm sticking with Bill Russell, most overrated player in NBA history. He doesn't even compare to Wilt, even though a lot of people, when they talk about Wilt, they talk about Bill Russell. I wouldn't even put the 2 in the same category. But anyway, the last thing is, Tyler, I want you to tell the viewers about how in your one NBA franchise, how you simulated it really far out.
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
All right, so I've done this in two different 2Ks. In 2K16, I reached 2060, but the best I've gotten was last season in 2K18. I went to 2086, and you know how Mo was telling us at the Bill Russell Finals MVP award. Well, Bill Russell hands that out every year, and he's he's still kicking. But apparently in 2086, he's also still kicking.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a great. He set the foundation for that award. Obviously, the Finals MVP is named after Bill Russell, but I'm saying he was so great that they named the award after him. That's what I'm trying to point out.
No, I know. I was making the joke because he was handing it out at the age of 152. In 2086, he would have been 152, and he was still handing out the award. That's what I was getting at.
I know. I'm just trying to point out that he hands that award out every year. I'm just trying to point out that.
I know
that's why he's so great.
Yeah, the importance.
I'm just trying to point out the greatness. I know.
No, I know.
Everybody knows that he hands out an award. Everybody knows that he hands it out.
In 2086? He's not gonna hand it out in 2086. There's no way. I wouldn't hand out the award in 2086.
The whole point of him saying that was he simulated in his game to 2086.
What happened?
He was still handing out the award.
Out the trophy, even though he would be dead, long dead. You get it?
Yes, that explains how great he is.
Right?
But just because he's so great doesn't mean he's immortal. Like
obviously he would be dead. Obviously he would be dead. But if he was alive, they would still have him do that. That's how great he is.
Well, yeah.
I know, but that's not what we were getting at.
Obviously he would be dead. I see the joke. Obviously
yeah.
He would be dead,
But yeah, thank you, Isaiah, for bringing that up. So I have done that before, and he still. I remember also real quick before I get off that, I won 42 straight championships. I won from 2023 all the way to 2071, and then the Sacramento Kings beat me.
If you put Carlos Card on that team, you won 43 straight.
Yeah,
honestly, if you put Carlos, actually, put Carlos Card on that team. No. Wait, what? What's going on, Isaiah?
He said with Bill Russell on the team, and I said no.
Oh my!
I did no.
Bill Russell, we only win like 17 straight. Not that good, honestly.
What do you say?
And with Bill Russell, we only win 17 straight. I'm sorry.
Wait, say that again.
Oh God, come on, Mo.
I didn't hear you. No, seriously, you're breaking up. I didn't hear you say that again.
With Bill Russell, they only win 17 straight.
17 straight.
Yeah.
This is 2K, right?
Yes.
Are your stats based off a video game?
This whole conversation was based on a video game.
But you're basing the stats off of
I like Bill Russell, Mo. Come on, come on. I like Bill Russell. Come on, bro.
Sure you do. This is 2K's a kids game. Like you're gonna put 2K in real
You're saying I'm playing a kids game?
I mean, it's 2K.
What do you mean? There's adults that play it.
2K. Like,
no, because you don't play 2K means you're such an adult.
I mean, kids play the game.
Yeah, so do adults.
It's a video game. I play 2K, but I'm saying it's just a video game.
Kids are living and so are adults. Is life a kid's game? No.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Life obviously isn't a kid's game.
Yeah, well, neither is 2K.
Continue on. Please. You're missing the point.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else about Bill Russell that we want to talk about?
Something to add?
What?
No, I'm good right now.
Alright, then let's move on.
Alright. So that's the Bill Russell argument, guys. Bill Russell, I don't think he's the most overrated player ever. I don't know if he's top 10 worthy, but he was an amazing player. Not everyone can win 11 championships out of 13 years. Really, it's never been done since him. So, and it might never happen again. But moving on from that,
you didn't hear it that time.
As we look at the Mo and IH gym clips, Mo, when can you change the name?
When the timer runs out.
How much time is left in the timer?
It's about a month.
Wow.
If I could change the name, I would have changed it already.
Oh, I'm aware. But the next topic here, we're looking at what? Sorry, go on.
Are you aware?
Yes.
You
So
could
we
use
look
it
at
in
the
just
Mo
way
and IH
too
Gym
long.
Clips channel, and we see they're up to 36 subs. They gained 2 subs since the last. That's good to see. There's been a few videos since then. We have the basketball rehab video. The 325 squats did happen. There's extreme cardio, but the one that I care about the most, and it doesn't even have as many views as it probably should, the box jump 90-pound
90
dumbbells.
pound
Let's
box
go, Mo.
jump.
Tell us about it.
Give us the insight, Mo. Come
90-pound box jump. So let's see. I had to prepare. Once again, I'm gonna tell you, I had to prepare all week for these box jumps. When I first got up to it, I'm gonna admit it. I had a few doubts before I got up to the box. I thought I was gonna fall. The first set, I was barely getting up on the box. The real struggle isn't trying to get on the box. It's trying to hold the weights, make sure they don't slip in your hands. You're holding 90-pound dumbbells, and before you even get on the box, they could slip out of your hands. So I'm just focused on holding the dumbbells before I even get on the box. Then Isaiah gave me a nice tip. He said to use your hips. I'll use my hips.
on.
And
It was easy.
it was easy. I was flying on the box the 30 sets. So that really helped me. I'm thinking in 2 weeks I can get these 100-pound dumbbells.
Oh, you heard it here first, guys. 100-pound dumbbell box jumps in 2 weeks.
Oh man.
Mark your calendars.
100.
Mark, let's go.
I can't even pick up one 100-pound
You know what?
dumbbell, let
You know
alone
what?
two.
Actually, Tyler should be there to witness it.
Oh, I should be there to witness it. Oh,
I want you to be there.
I heard that. Yeah, I
want
just
you to witness.
sorry, I just cannot. If you want me to be there, Mo, I will be there. What
I
day?
do want you to be there.
Then what
I
day
do
is
want
it?
you to be there.
I will be there, 100%. You heard it here first, guys. I'll be there.
Okay.
Mark calendars.
All right.
Jake, are you gonna be there?
That's a good question.
You better be there.
Mo's just staring me down like, yeah.
Oh, I forgot you guys are just close to each other. I totally forgot.
Yeah, we're right beside each other.
But
Oh man.
guys, I will be attending Mo's 100-pound dumbbell box jumps here. It's gonna be great. Before we move on to talking about Isaiah's, signature, let's go. We need to talk about a challenge that will be happening on August 12th. And if it doesn't happen on August 12th, I'm going to be upset. So,
What?
the wing challenge, the 40 wing
August
challenge
12th,
at Dino's,
yeah.
that must happen on that Monday of August 12th because we need to meet JuJu Smith-Schuster.
Give Mo a rundown.
Oh, okay, Mo doesn't know the rundown. Okay, I thought you only know. Okay, so Mo, basically, Steeler training camp is in session, right? It's right near Dino's, St. Vincent. And what we're going to try to do is, maybe Jake and I are probably on Twitter, maybe try to tweet at him, let him know, hey, we got 2 friends that are going to be eating 40 wings at this local wing place. I'm sure he's heard of Dino's. Kind of tell him that. See if you can come and support, JuJu, because JuJu's a guy who could, he's young. I'd want to see someone try to eat 40 wings, wouldn't you? So we're going to try to get JuJu to come watch your challenge.
Are you lying to me? Is JuJu gonna come?
No.
Actually come?
No, here's the thing, Mo. I don't know if he's actually going to come, but I want him to come, so you guys
We
need to
hope
do that
so.
challenge.
Dude, we would blow up.
Dude, you act like I haven't been thinking about this, Mo.
Tyler, if JuJu came, our channel could blow up possibly.
It will. What do you possibly it will. Because they show him the gym clips, like, whoa.
Want to blow up?
Yeah.
Listen, but here's we were going to try to do this on Tuesday, but Isaiah has a pirate game.
Yeah.
We run the risk. Jake checked on August 12th to say that there is training camp, so I am taking his word. I believe it. So
That's what it says on the website.
I believe it. We should probably go that day too, just to be sure.
Yeah.
But at least check it out. But yeah, mark it on your calendars, you two, because you guys are the one doing it. I will not eat 40 wings, but I'll eat a fourth of it.
I will gladly watch.
Yeah, I if we can somehow get JuJu to go there, I swear to God, I'll be so pumped.
Dino's
I'll
Wing
see.
Challenge featuring JuJu Smith-Schuster.
It's happening.
Honestly,
Dude,
I don't know about you, Mo. I feel like we could do 40 wings, though. I really do.
I've never really tested my wing PR.
Neither have I.
So to say,
I've eaten a lot of wings, but never above probably like
I've never tried to eat
20.
more.
I don't know. But I think we could do 40. We did I mean, if you think about it this way, we did 50 chicken nuggets. Now it is different, but I don't know. I feel like we could do about 40.
You better. If Juju's there, you'll figure out a way to do 40. You'll probably easily do 40.
If Juju comes, we have to do 40.
You might. Hey, what if Juju tells you to do 50? Are you gonna do 50?
I'll try. Yeah.
If Juju tells you,
50,
you eat these. Jake mentioned the idea. You
I
eat
kinda
these,
wanna-
you pay. Or I pay. Sorry.
I kind of want to see Juju try to get.
You
Right after
challenged
practice.
Juju on his channel. Yeah, it's like
yeah, that's true. Because Juju has a YouTube
yeah.
channel.
Hey, part 2
Yeah,
on Juju
he uploads.
Smith-Schuster's channel.
He uploads Dino's Wing Challenge featuring Mo/IH gym clips.
Oh,
That would be hilarious.
Jake, I don't understand what you want me to do about that. Okay, you weren't here. You weren't here the first time. Okay, so
No, Mo.
No. We're gonna go over this. Give me 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. I'm gonna just give Jake a quick overview. All right, so
All right.
Jake, Isaiah is spelled different ways.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the Pistons Isaiah Thomas from the
Yes.
'90s?
Yes.
Do you know the Isaiah Thomas from the Celtics or
Yes.
formerly on the Celtics? Those two names are spelled differently if you look. Those
Correct.
names are spelled
They
differently.
are.
So it's impossible to know how Isaiah is spelled. It's not like Kate. Kate is spelled one way. Or my name, Muhammad. Muhammad is spelled different ways. Muhammad is like Isaiah. Okay? You can spell Muhammad different ways. You can spell it different ways, okay? You get
Okay.
it?
Okay.
Good. Let's move on, please.
Well, I see Mo still feels a certain way about this 2.5 weeks later, but yeah. So that's our. Hey, okay. That's our. What did he say?
You want to bring it up? We're going to talk about
I thought he said square up. I'm like, oh my god, are we gonna fight live?
it. No!
I ain't gonna square up
Bring
against
it
you.
up.
Hell no.
Stop mentioning it. Just don't mention it. It will be fine. But you want to start stuff. You sit
Dude,
over
you're
there.
taking everything to heart. Relax. It's funny. It's funny. Alright, if it's not funny, I won't bring it up anymore. I apologize. But we're gonna move on now. So that's our
Move on,
plan to get Juju. We're gonna do it Monday, but Jake and Isaiah have volleyball, so that's stupid. No, I'm just kidding. But so then August 12th, that needs to happen, and I'll be upset if it doesn't. But let's talk about Isaiah's Let's Go. It's kind of something that I've been trying to use at the gym, because I feel like it just powers people up when it's used. Apparently, according to Jake,
I can confirm he does try it.
yeah, it is true. See, Jake's there. And then, Jake, didn't you tell me that, Jake Benhart was noticed that? Or was it someone?
Yeah, I think it's who it was, right? Is it? After the Y game?
yeah.
Yeah.
Big Benhart.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
Isaiah, tell us
Mo's
about your
squatting.
Let's Go. And tell us how that started and how you use that to fuel basically Mo.
All right. Well, I mean, I think I've been doing it since like the first video. I can't really remember actually, but if it wasn't the first video, it was like the first week definitely that we started filming. I don't know. I feel like I say "let's go" a lot naturally, and it does seem to like give Mo a boost. I don't really know how, but it does. So anytime it's like a heavy lift or like takes a lot of energy out of him, I'll give him a "let's go," and usually he succeeds like every time.
Mo, how has Isaiah's Let's Go fueled your workouts? And do you think it actually has an effect?
I believe it does have a little bit of an effect. I just gotta get in that mindset. Sometimes when I work out, I'm not very focused, and I sometimes lose track. Sometimes I gotta get into that LeBron mindset. I gotta be like, this is the fourth quarter. We're coming down the stretch to the finish line, and I just try to base all my lifts on that.
On that LeBron James.
On the LeBron James look. The look we talked about last time.
Oh, I know what look you're talking about.
Yep, that's the look.
That's the look. Jake, are you looking
Do
to...
the people know
just-
that look is
you just
Isaiah's
mock me?
lock screen?
Yeah, that was mentioned already. We mentioned that last week.
Just,
Jake, don't you watch the
He just
podcast?
showed it to me.
Don't you watch the podcast, Jake? You would know that if you watched it in its entirety.
Sorry, I didn't watch it end to end. I watched what 25 minutes of.
That's
No,
enough minutes I
he
need.
didn't
That's
watch
all I need.
An hour and 45 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah. Tell him to
Sorry,
watch the whole
Mo.
thing, Mo. Tell him to watch the whole thing. Or you're gonna beat him up.
He didn't watch the entire hour and 45 minutes of the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Who knew somebody had that kind of time?
Mo, get out of your car right now and go beat up Jake right now.
He needs to lock my car.
Did you say my car?
No, you get out of your car to beat up Jake. Unless Jake wants to walk to your car so you can beat him
Maybe I
up.
should go to your house.
Oh, Jesus.
Since you're talking so much smack.
I'm on to you. I told you. How is that talking
Jake is
smack?
a first timer. Jake's a first timer. He doesn't know what's going on. But maybe I should go over to your house and teach you a little lesson, huh?
You don't even know where I live. I don't even live in the same city as you, Mo.
Maybe I
Mo,
should start
follow
the
my
car.
car.
Do you hear that? I'm driving to your house right now.
It's a mobile podcast now. We're just-
Podcast on location.
This is a mobile podcast. We are going to go straight to your house.
That would be amazing. That would be so fun. I wish we had cameras too, where we would like record that and you actually drive to
Why
my
can't we
house.
drive?
That's so funny.
Why can't we drive, is it, huh?
We can.
No, I need to be able to hear the audio. So no. So all right. Getting past that. This is funny. I like
Is
that.
that out of your system, though?
System. He starts it. All right, just keep going.
Bro, are you actually mad? I'm not.
No, I'm not mad. You make
No, I'm not mad.
mad by asking me if I'm mad. Just keep going. Just keep going. I'm not mad. Well, now I am mad.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay. We'll go move on to the next topic. Okay.
That's why the podcast is so long. Because you make these stupid. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Oh my god.
Keep going. Keep going. You calm. Are you calm? Are you calm? I apologize, Jake.
It's all right.
You need to take a break from the mic. Tyler walked away.
You walked away from the mic. You walked away. Just keep going. Oh, come on.
I'll lead us into the next thing.
No, I-
Tyler,
Hurry up.
Tyler, I'll lead us into the next thing here.
I wanted to actually talk about workout plans. You know, like Jake and I, we're all heading off to college really in the next couple weeks, and I'm thinking of new workout plans. I know Jake inquired to you two about that, but I would also like to inquire. I'd like to increase my vertical. I'm not saying I want to dunk or anything because I probably can't, but I'd like to increase my vertical. So, I mean, what are some workout plans that are good for helping vert? And then Jake, maybe you ask for a workout plan that you're trying to, think of or you're trying to improve.
I'll go into full detail later.
All right.
Because I'm not too sure about all the details right now.
Sounds good, but I just want to hear about a vertical right now.
Yeah, honestly, if you guys, I was telling Jake a little bit, if you guys just get if you guys write down 3 of your main goals on a piece of paper and hand it to me, I will make you program before you get back to school.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. So, and if it needs adjusted, even while you're at school, you can just text me or something or whatever.
Alright.
I like
I want to
that.
bench 500 pounds.
Okay.
Deadlift probably about 850.
Should take just a few weeks for that, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Maybe go up 100 pounds a day or something.
Yeah, 100 pounds.
Probably
a
get done in
day.
about a week.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, I'd say I'd be pretty happy with those. That's it.
Okay. Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I can increase your deadlift by 500 pounds. Just give me a couple weeks.
Yep.
But no, yeah, seriously, I'll just give me a few of your goals, and I'll definitely make you guys program.
I appreciate that. Am I also going to attempt box jumps with weights to increase vertical? Does that help?
Honestly, I mean, you could. The only thing is,
You probably should be.
I was gonna say for your vertical, if you're going strictly, not strictly, but if you're going mainly vertical, obviously increasing the weight helps either way. But I think I might have you do like, height instead of weight. So like
Okay.
instead of focusing on upping at 5 pounds a week, you would focus on like getting to a high box, and then once you mastered that high box, then you could maybe add like do the 5s, do the 10s. But I doubt I have you doing any crazy weight just because it's kind of unsafe if it's a really
Okay. I respect that. Thank you. Really do. Jake,
Yeah,
what were you trying to get
sure.
into full detail here, or do you still?
Like my workout plan.
Yeah, I thought you said you were trying to go into detail later. You said like I'll go into detail, and then I didn't know what you were.
Yeah, I just really don't like. I haven't really thought about it like today, so like I don't know. I was thinking like actually in person.
you mean like in a couple weeks? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I feel that.
I'll think about it a little more than like give my set list a little later.
All right, cool. So all I know, 3 words on a piece of paper, could be any piece of paper, and give it to you guys, and boom, workout plan. That's how it works. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
But any last thoughts on that, or?
No. Just
All
yeah,
right.
that's good.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the Mo and IH Gym Clips channel here. You see all their videos. Go by the most popular, probably still the Chicken Nugget Challenge, and of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So McDonald's rules the channel.
I think that videos are most popular by like 100 views.
It is by 111 or 109. 109.
Yeah.
Our most popular video? It's 174 or something.
180 now.
Oh, 180.
Chicken nugget, yeah.
Yeah. It's almost approaching 200. That is awesome.
There it is.
Moving on, probably the most exciting thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know why, but I just wanted to talk about this. We're going to have our first ever, probably only ever, Pop-Tart Power Rankings. We did we did cornhole last week. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Pop-Tarts this week. And right now...
It's probably a good thing that you're not talking
Yeah, I
about
know.
cornhole. What's up?
Tyler, can I ask Isaiah something real quick?
Oh, God, what?
Was that Carlos that just drove by?
Honestly, it probably was.
Can we bring Carlos on the podcast and ask him if you put him instead of
I
Bill
think that
Russell
was
on
it.
this team?
Oh,
I think it was
Mo
Carlos.
said he thinks it was.
Does he drive like a green car? Like a
Yeah,
Volvo?
I saw it
Oh.
on the hill. I think it was Carlos.
We should
Okay.
have told him to stop in and give his take on Bill Russell.
Honestly, do you think Carlos knows about this take? Does he have a Twitter? Can I tweet him out and tell him that he's in the podcast?
I doubt he knows about it.
Oh, well, he might figure it. If I find his Twitter, I'm tweeting him out. I'm doing it.
Oh, you should find his Twitter. I'm not even kidding. Find his Twitter and tweet him out.
I will. It's not like he doesn't. It's not like he doesn't know me.
Seriously, then?
He knows me.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yeah.
No, so am I. All right. So right now I'm looking at this website here they actually are Delish. I've never really been on this.
Yep,
They
I
gave
was on
their
that earlier.
definitive the ranking of Pop-Tart flavors. I'm gonna run real quick through their top 15, and then we're gonna give our top 5. So just these will get some in your head, 15, we got strawberry milkshake. 14, got chocolate chip cookie dough. That sounds good, but I've never had it. I don't know why it's that low in my opinion. We got peanut butter is 13. I mean, I can't have that. Blueberry unfrosted is 12.
Actually.
Cinnamon rolls 11. Pumpkin pie is 10. Never had that. Unfrosted strawberry is 9. Cookies and cream is 8. Cherry is 7. S'mores is 6. Raspberry is 5.
S'more should be higher.
Wild berry is 4. Brown sugar
Wild
cinnamon
berry.
3. Blueberry 2. Strawberry 1.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a bias.
Strawberry
This is
pretty
crazy. It's a fruit biased world here. This is insane.
good. Yeah. Dude.
Literally, they left
Yeah,
off
it is.
2 or 3 of the top 5, in my opinion. You guys give yours first. Someone pick who goes first. I mean, if you need some time, take some time. But if anyone's
Jake.
ready,
Jake,
go
All
for
go
it.
right.
ahead.
Isaiah and Mo are pointing at me, so I guess me. All right. Number 1, I'm going to have to go with, I would say chocolate fudge.
That's a great
Yeah,
choice.
that's the all-time classic.
It's a great choice.
Yeah.
Number 2, chocolate chip.
Another great choice.
That's also all-time classic. I currently have those in my house, so I'd change it up from chocolate fudge. 3 would probably be s'mores. Just something about s'mores are delicious, and Pop-Tarts are delicious, so you combine them both, boom. Get number 4 in here, we'd have to say cookies and cream.
Oh my God.
Can never go wrong with those. And Number 5, hot fudge sundae.
Oh,
Before you guys move on, I might as well just give my list because Jake and I have we don't have the exact same 5, but our top 5 include all the same flavors. I'm not even
That's
kidding.
pretty good.
Jake and I must be. I like chocolate, and that's why theirs are typically towards the top of my rankings. I'm just gonna give mine because they're pretty close.
Hey, wait. Since you mentioned this flavor earlier, number 6 would probably be chocolate chip cookie dough.
See, I never had that, so I actually wasn't gonna rank that.
I would probably have to put it at 6 if I was going to.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
actually,
yeah.
okay. I'm lying.
Wait a second.
I'm not gonna have cookies and
Real
cream
quick,
on.
Tyler.
Wait, what?
Tyler, real quick.
What?
Actually, this is a question for Jake. Jake, what are the chances that you and Tyler have the same 5 flavors?
We don't.
Now it's 100%.
It is 100% because it happened.
You're right, because it did. But I might make a swift change at the end, just one, because I'm looking. I forgot about one, but my number 1 would also be chocolate fudge. I mean, that's just always been my favorites. Number 2, this is where I'm gonna make a change, like not a change, but s'mores is my second favorite in my opinion. 3rd, I got hot fudge sundae. 4th, chocolate chip. It's very good to me, and I actually was gonna have cookies and cream at 5. But I'm actually quite a brown sugar cinnamon fiend, so brown sugar cinnamon would have to be my 5. But basically, Jake and I had pretty much the same list.
That's good right there.
Yeah, so I mean, it was tough. Close 6 was cookies and cream though. So, but if I ever had chocolate chip cookie dough, that would all probably be in there as well.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure it looks good. Cinnamon roll is also one
Big
that looks
fan.
kind of good, but
I've only had that like once, so I didn't want to put it like anywhere.
yeah. I mean, Jake and I sound like Pop-Tart
Haven't had it
connoisseurs.
enough.
I don't know about Isaiah and Mo. But
Yeah, I'm definitely not as advanced as you guys. But I do have my list ready. So at number 5, let's see here. Let me just make sure I have 5. So coming in at number 5, I'm gonna have to say the brown sugar cinnamon. We used to get those like every week when I was little, and like I don't know. They grew on me and still like them. So I'll put those at 5. Number 4, I'm gonna go with blueberry.
okay.
I don't eat them as much, but I used to really like the blueberry. I would put that slightly above the brown sugar cinnamon. Number 3, this is where it starts to get a little tough. Number 3, I'm gonna go with chocolate chip cookie dough at number 3.
Ooh,
I
he's had
really
it.
like that. Yeah,
Okay.
chocolate chip cookie dough is good stuff. Number 2, this is where I switch it up to. Number 2, I'm gonna say strawberry. I
Okay.
really do like
He's a fruit
strawberry
guy.
Pop-Tarts. They used to have strawberry Pop-Tarts in the junior high vending machine.
Oh, you junior high.
I would get them. They were like $1.50 or something, but I would get them like every time. And then number 1, number 1's chocolate fudge. I'm sorry that I had to be
It's
same as you guys,
consensus.
but chocolate fudge is absolutely delicious. I actually have a funny story for chocolate fudge. Jake was the one that introduced me to the chocolate
Yeah,
fudge.
I knew
Oh,
this
Jake
story
told me
was
about
coming.
this.
Yeah, like maybe I don't know. We were probably like 12. I don't know,
Yeah,
something
it
like
was
that.
years ago.
And so like I remember I ate one at Jake's house. I'm like, oh, can we have some more Pop-Tarts? I think I ate like 3 or 4. And then I went home and got myself a 16-pack of chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts. Ate them all like I think it was one day. And I felt absolutely horrible, and I like hated them for a while, but now I like them again. So
Remember on vacation, you didn't like them for a while too because we had so many.
yeah, I love them so much, ate so many, and then just hated them because now I like them.
See, I was telling because this came up because I was talking to Jake. It's like because I actually bought myself one of them value packs, right?
When
And
Oh, now you want to phone it.
wait, what?
Put it up.
Oh, someone's opening the door. But Jake was telling me because I bought myself a value pack, and I'm like, shit, I like me a Pop-Tart. If they're around, I'll usually have, on average, 1 a day. There's some days where I'll have 2 packets a day. I'm a Pop-Tart fiend. I love Pop-Tarts so much. If I go to college, I should be sponsored. There's so many times where I said I should be sponsored by Pop-Tarts because I just consume them so often, and I'm a big fan.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's why it came up. But Mo, You are yet to give us your ranking. So, do you eat, first of all, like, are you a Pop-Tart connoisseur at all, Mo, or nah?
Yeah, I ate a lot in my dorm. I used to buy these 50 packs for $10
50.
at
Oh,
Walmart.
that's
Yep.
amazing.
I know what he's talking about.
You know what I'm
I
talking
think
about, Jake?
I think it's 48. Yeah.
It is 48.
48.
I've seen it. Oh, I'm gonna buy one of those
9
this
or
year.
$10.
I'm buying one
For
of those.
$10.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right?
Let's hear your
I think
ranking, Mo.
we had a pack of those like chocolate fudge in my house for the longest time.
Oh
I think.
my god, they make those in 48s? I thought they only make like the fruits and the brown
48
sugar.
at Walmart.
Oh,
Yep, go buy it. All
I'd
right,
have to.
anyway, so my top 5. I really didn't have them. I really didn't have one in mind. You guys knock some out. I guess for number 5, I'm gonna go the cookie dough. Cookie dough's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like how the Pop-Tart's actually pretty similar to cookie dough itself. It's not quite the same, but it's very similar. For number 4, I'm gonna have to go what's that one? That like winter one? I forget the name of them. The white. It's like white.
it's not cookies and cream, is it? Or I mean, that's
You
not.
thinking of the hot fudge sundae?
Yeah, hot fudge sundae.
Hot fudge
That's
sundae.
what it was.
Okay.
It's like a white.
I know what you mean,
Hot
like
fudge sundae
with
is
brown,
very
like the sugar. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Alright, the hot fudge sundae.
Who was that, Mo?
Nobody.
Oh,
So the hot fudge sundae is very good. I like it a lot. I don't have much to say on that. Number 3 is cookies and cream. Cookies and cream is
It's high on
very.
cookies and
I
cream.
like it. It's a very nice. And who doesn't like cookies and cream?
I
right?
don't, that's for sure.
Right. So number 2 is what was number 2 again? Chocolate fudge.
Oh,
But chocolate fudge is
you
number 2.
smelled the chocolate fudge.
Chocolate fudge is very, very. I enjoy it very, very much. I love chocolate fudge. And number 1, I got classic the cinnamon brown sugar. So it's really good. That's in fact when I get the 48 pack from Walmart. That's the one I buy, the brown sugar. I'll usually buy 2 of those, and it'll last me a good bit. It'll last me almost 2 months. So because I didn't eat them out often, I wanted to save them. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm pretty confident I can have a 48 pack in maybe two to that could be 3 weeks. 3 weeks, maybe to a month. They're done. They're all gone, in my opinion.
Jeez.
I'm Pop-Tart fiend, Mo. That's what fuels me. You know, listen, I ate one before one of my workouts last week, and I got some PRs on almost everything. So they basically fueled me. Don't worry. For a while, Jake knows.
Wow.
So there's milkshakes at Sheets, right? And I would drink those like on the Tuesday night before chest day, and I would hit a PR. So I'm like, wow, these are the reason I'm hitting PRs. Yeah, I'm not very. Listen, it doesn't matter what goes in your body, even though it kind of does, but it's just not really. Look at this rankings real quick. I think I've never had wild berry, that like wild delicious kind. That at 4 seems like it's a little high. I don't think it should be that high, in my opinion. I mean, chocolate fudge didn't even make the list here, and that's just kind of disrespectful.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, neither did hot fudge sundae. Neither did something else that make it. I mean, they got the unfrosted on there. Now, also, does the frosting do anything for you guys? Like, does it matter if it's unfrosted or not?
I mean, I just don't get why you take one of the best parts of it and just like be gone with it. You're just
So
like,
Jake,
we don't
Jake
like
is a
this
big
actually.
frosting guy. Jake thinks it's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so am I. I'm just saying that's the one.
If I didn't
reason-
want the frosting, I'd get a toaster strudel.
True. But I'll be honest, Jake. That's my one gripe with chocolate chip and why it's lower. Just because it really doesn't have any. Like, it has a little bit, but it's not as much as I would like. If I had to say no chocolate stuff, I mean, I put the fruit ones up. Like, I mean, I put blueberry up there. I mean, brown sugar, blueberry, strawberry. I mean, cherry is actually really good too. I do rate cherry high. Never had pumpkin pie, but I'm sure that's a good one. Cinnamon roll, it says a little spicy.
I don't know if pumpkin pie is the best one.
I mean, I don't like pumpkin. I don't even like pumpkin pie, but I'm sure other people would like it. Oh, we should do pie power rankings. I don't even like eat pie that often, but do you like pie?
Neither do I really.
Right now.
Do you want to do an impromptu top 3 pie power rankings? I don't even eat pie that often. I
can start us off.
might as well go for it.
Isaiah can start us off. What?
Me?
Isaiah.
Okay.
Oh man, okay. I really eat only like one type of pie.
Apple pie. Apple pie is Jake's number 1.
Nope.
What is it?
It's chocolate pie.
Chocolate pie. Oh, I forgot about chocolate pie.
Oh, pudding pie.
Yeah, I think I've eaten almost an entire pie alone at Isaiah's house one time.
Cool.
That pie is delicious. Yeah.
So that's what I'd prefer.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not a big pie guy, so I might have to
Sorry,
call it
Jake.
after
I just
that,
thought,
to be
you know,
honest.
pie power rankings. It had the alliteration. I was looking at the pie. I'm like, why not?
It's alright.
So for me, on number 3, you got pumpkin pie coming in. I like it, but it doesn't compare to my top 2.
I feel that.
So I'll quickly go to top 2. So number 2 is pudding pie. Like Jake said, it's absolutely delicious. Like you can pretty much eat like over a whole pie and not even get tired. And then number 1, I'm giving this the slight edge, is apple pie. I feel like for me, nothing beats a warm apple pie. It's absolutely amazing.
I respect those rankings so hard.
Yeah.
That's the correct choice. Mo, do you have your impromptu list here?
Yes, I believe I do.
Let's see it. Here.
So at number 3, you guys probably never had this. I'm gonna go Boston cream pie.
I've never had it, but I'm sure that's good.
It's very good. Like, it's almost like the pudding pie. It just has a chocolate layer on top.
Mhm.
It's very good pie. You actually should try it sometime. Boston cream pie is very good. Number 2, I'm gonna go lemon meringue pie.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, you respect that.
I respect it.
Lemon meringue pie is underrated, to say the least. I mean, some of you folks may not like that, but lemon meringue pie, in my opinion,
I thought it was
very good.
screw it.
No opinion. In my opinion, it's very good. Are you trying to get me fired up?
I forgot about that for a second.
I can't believe you're trying to get me fired up. Anyway, yeah, lemon meringue pie, very good. You should try it. And number 1 is pecan pie. I love pecan pie very much. It's very, very good. For all you people out there for wondering why I left pie out, it's actually at number 4. So hush. And pecan pie is number 1 in my opinion. I don't know if you ever had it. You've probably never had it, but it's very good. So yeah, that's my 3.
Hey, I respect that. I've never had pecan pie because I'm actually allergic, so that is a big reason why I've actually never had that. So I'm sure it looks like something I would like to have. It does look very good. Mine is pretty traditional, but it involves 2 that have not been said. The first one, we'll just get out of the way. Number 1 is apple pie, in my opinion. I'm a big apple pie guy. I'm just gonna go backwards. Number 2, blueberry pie. I do like me a good blueberry pie. I don't know why. It's because it's school, right? They have blueberry pie at school, and it's really good there, and that it boosted it up in my power rankings. Number 3, this is because of school. Sweet potato pie is 3. I know what you're thinking. Ew. No, sweet potato pie slaps. I don't even like sweet potatoes, but sweet potato pie is very good. I don't know what it is. I like it. I'm not a big pumpkin pie guy. I guess chocolate pie, but like chocolate pie is just I don't really have it enough. Honestly, it's not really what I go to. But yeah, that's mine. But that's our impromptu list. Really, I just thought about that because I'm looking at the list. But we have really 2 more topics to talk about here in the pod. Any other talks about pies or Pop-Tarts? I mean, I'm sure we can move on.
Yes, something about Pop-Tarts.
Oh, go.
I was just on Pop-Tarts website
Uh-huh.
looking at the flavors, and Isaiah would be all over this one. Vanilla milkshake.
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be delicious.
That's a flavor.
I think the closest place we can get them is in like Altoona, though.
They used to be here. No, I've had them before. They're okay, but like they.
I typed in "find them near me," and none were showing up near Indiana.
Interesting. Well, they have strawberry milkshake here.
That's the state of Indiana. Thank you.
What is it? That what? I didn't hear that.
You're gonna have to go to Walmart just to look at Pop-Tarts.
Honestly, hey, we've all done it. We've all been there, all done that. Keep going.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, so we're gonna move on
All right.
to this is 2 things Isaiah pitched out here: some new music and some favorite movie lines. I'm actually not a big I like movies, But it's not really like I'm not too high on movies. When like you at college, it's like you ever watch this movie? No. You ever watch this movie? No. Like I really haven't watched many movies, so I really can't bring too much to the favorite movie line. But I think that Isaiah probably has a couple lines that he wants to share. So Isaiah, why don't you just kick it off since you brought up the topic?
Yeah. So, well, the one that always sticks in my head, just because I say it all the time to like Jake and just everybody else, is in Happy Gilmore
Yep.
when Bob Barker in
The
Happy
price is
get into that fight. The price is wrong, and then he takes his left jab and he goes. And Happy's head just goes back and back and back. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I like the part before that. You want a piece of me? No, I want the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another great line. I like since I'm talking about that movie, I'll go to the part when what's his name? Shooter McGavin and Happy are at that bar. And,
that's what I'm looking at right now.
And he's somebody comes over to Happy and they're like, Happy, where'd the other half of that or what'd you do with the bottle or something like that? And
Here,
I'm
got the quote up here.
the ground. And then what's his name? Shooter like starts he rhymed a couple things. He's like
I have the quote right here.
Alright, yeah, let's hear it, Jake.
Just stay out of my way or you'll pay. Listen to what I say. Hey, why don't I just go and eat some hay? I can lay by the bay, make things out of clay. I just may. What do you say?
Yeah, that's a classic. I like that a lot. Yeah. So those are what I'll say for now. Mo, do you have any
Movie line?
anything that sticks out or not?
I would have to really think.
Jake, you have any in mind?
Jake,
Mo says?
Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. There's Forrest Gump for you.
Yeah.
Probably my second favorite movie.
That's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a classic.
Oh, I know a good movie.
All right, Mo's got one.
All right, I got a good movie line. This movie line is from my favorite movie. It's not really a funny line. It's from The Dark Knight.
What does he say?
At the end, Batman says to Commissioner Gordon, "You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain."
Oh, okay.
I just thought that was a really nice line. So that's, yeah.
All right. A little bit of everything here. I like it.
Yeah, there are two types of people. The price is wrong. Then Mo got a little deep and inspirational there.
I respect it.
No, I do too. That sounds funny.
I mean, again, I am not, again, as I mentioned, not the biggest movie guy, but the couple ones I got two from The Sandlot because I'm a really big Sandlot fan, at least The Sandlot.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I mean, obviously, "You're killing me, Smalls." That's an iconic line. Ham Porter, never forget. Also,
that is a good line.
"You play ball like a girl." That was just also iconic. Those are just two lines that I can't. And I didn't realize that I thought "Just a Bit Outside" was like from like a real life commentator, but it's not. It was from Major League. So that's where I got it from. I always say that. I'm like, "Just a bit outside," and it's from this. I honestly didn't realize that. So that's one of my favorite lines as well. I love that line.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sandlot's all.
There's a Caddyshack one too, when he's actually talking like the younger caddy. The world needs ditch diggers too.
Oh, my friend always says that, and then I never knew. I've actually never watched Caddyshack, so I don't know where it's from.
It's on Netflix.
Then there's another one from it. My dad always says it. You'll get nothing like it. I'm sure Isaiah's heard that plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get nothing like it. Well, we're waiting. My dad just loves quoting older movies. Caddyshack is one of them.
This isn't even a movie line, but I just want to throw this in here quickly. So this I might get a little hate for this, but I have a SpongeBob line.
It's fine.
So line is Squidward's like, SpongeBob, where's my order? And then SpongeBob, SpongeBob like the tray is sitting at the window. SpongeBob's like, he's like, oh no, sorry. Then he checks under the tray. And yeah, I just like that. I like that scenario right there. I don't know. It's for sure. It's a good scene. I got Mo cracking up on that one.
There's even a funnier one.
All right, wait, Mo, go ahead.
There's even a funnier SpongeBob line. So, the Patrick is trying to get his confidence back because he's never won an award.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets a job as a Krusty Krab.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody calls, and Patrick's like, someone's like, is this the Krusty Krab? Patrick's like, no, this is Patrick. He hangs up the phone. They say that 3 more times, and he says, no, this is Patrick. And then there's another time where he was sweeping, but the broom was upside down. I said, what did the guy say? Hey, pal.
That cut out the whole quote, but I'm sure people know that quote. I know that quote. Hey, just blown from Stupid Town. That is so funny. No, because there was one day in college this year where we just sat and watched all like old funny moments from SpongeBob. So like all these quotes are just in like I just love all of these. I didn't remember all of them, but you know, there's these like hearing them again. It's like these are really funny.
Classic.
Jake, there's one that Jake has been mentioning lately. Jake, you probably should know the one I'm talking about. This Patrick one, the time, the under a rock. Jake.
Oh
yeah.
Who eats a Krabby Patty at 3 in the morning? Alarm goes off. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Grabs Krabby Patty, starts eating it. You gotta love it.
Honestly, SpongeBob was such a great show. Honestly,
oh yeah, that show is honestly, it's definitely it's the best show of all time, probably.
It's up there. It's honestly up there. Anything else? Any other movie lines, TV show lines you guys want to tell the world about?
That's all that's coming to mind really right now. Yeah, what about you guys?
I mean, I'm good on it.
I can't really think of much.
Yeah, I really don't.
I think we're good on that.
Table. What were you saying, Jake?
I think we're good on that subject.
All right, and then we can talk about some music as well. I don't know, Isaiah. I didn't know what you meant by like new music. I mean, maybe there's been a couple songs that have came out that you've enjoyed. I know Jake has been listening to Chance the Rapper's new album, The Big Day. Right, Jake? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, me too, Jake.
Oh, you know as well. I mean,
only a couple songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go into that, guys. Talk about that. You two, tell us about what songs you like in that. What songs you'd recommend to the viewers.
Tyler's listening, or it was in the car when I played Hot Shower. I just like how it's upbeat and everything. I don't listen to it for like the deep meaning in the lyrics. It's just a fun song to listen to. Yeah, that's about it on that. I listen to Slide Around. Oh, that's a pretty good beat too. Another one, up tempo. And then what's the last one? Handsome. Oh, that's nice. All the other ones are like, he's just like singing and not really like, rapping, which is part of his name.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's like
nice.
Handsome.
There you go. Also, new music. Isaiah knows this. Ed Sheeran's recent album.
Oh! Oof.
Jake, we never thought Jake would be listening to Ed Sheeran, but
here I am.
Dude, Antisocial is a banger. Antisocial is such a good song, in my opinion. Is that on the new album? I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's my favorite song. That's literally the only song I've heard from the album, but that's my favorite personally. But that's just me. Travis Scott.
Yeah, Antisocial. I was just going to say, like, the other songs from that album I have on my playlist. South of the Border, Remember the Name, and Feels.
Feels.
Yeah. Good old Young Thug.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. All right, so there's just this one album. I don't know if you know who King Combs is. He just came out with a new album called C3. There's just some really good songs in there. I don't know if you know who that is, guys. You know who that is?
I'm not aware.
Can't say that I do.
If King Combs, well, he's kind of big. I wouldn't say he's that big. It's just a really good rapper. You guys obviously never heard any of his songs. Song is the West, but yeah, that's pretty much my favorite.
I think we can all agree what the best rap lyric of all time is when Lil Wayne said real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the most well thought out lines I've ever heard in my life.
Like,
Lil Wayne was a lyrical genius.
I'm just picturing him sitting there like in his studio or like in his room or something, just being like, all right, he's like thinking something. He's like, oh, lasagna. He's like, I just had that for dinner. And he's like, you don't say the G. And then he's like, oh, it's silent like a real G. And then boom, let's see, it's in the song. What a guy.
Lil
What a
Wayne
guy.
for
I like
president. Not for president, but Isaiah. Any musical front here?
So the newest album, it's actually like, I think it might still be number one right now. Is NF The Search.
I've heard of the album. I haven't heard any really songs on it, but I knew he came out with that album.
I haven't been an NF fan for that long. I want to say like a couple, maybe 2 or 3 years. But he's gotten a lot better since like his first couple albums, in my opinion. His sound is really good. His beats are good. His lyrics are really good. Just like, you can listen to him when you're down, you can listen to him when you're up, you can listen to him for, his lyrics have a lot of good meaning. And yeah, I would say some of my favorite tracks from the album The Search would be Options, I would say No Excuses, Leave Me Alone. The one thing about NF is he's kind of sad in a lot of his songs, but you'd have to just give him a listen and see what I mean. He's really talented. A lot of people actually NF took a shot at NF. I think it was on Kamikaze, because a lot of people like say that NF is kind of a copycat of Eminem, but I don't think he is. But anyway, NF actually takes shots back at Eminem in this album, which is known for being not a wise move. But actually, so it's not a guarantee that he takes shots, but most people think that he is taking shots at Eminem in his song called Returns. The whole song is kind of like talking about other rappers, like Eminem's song The Ringer. But yeah, give Returns a listen. That's like maybe my favorite album, or my favorite track on the whole album. But the whole album's really good. It's like 20 tracks. I would say listen to it from start to finish because it's like a complete project. But yeah, that's what I would recommend for new music as of now.
All right, I might have to go give it a listen. I appreciate how you say tracks. I guess that's what they are called. Songs. I mean, I just always just called things song. Maybe I'm just wrong in that. I guess they are technically called.
Yeah, I don't know. I switch back and forth, honestly.
It doesn't really matter. But yeah. I mean, okay, I respect that. I really never really listened to NF that much, so it's not really one of mine. Right now, actually, we went to the beach last month. Right, and Jake was the one driving, so we were listening to his playlist, and he had his summer beach playlist, and there's a lot of songs from that playlist I ended up adding onto my playlist, and my playlist is, I feel like I have probably some of the most variety in a playlist ever. I have a bunch of songs on my playlist. I'm close to like 500. I have a lot of songs, because back in old like Madden games, like old 2K games, there's songs I like then, and I add those then. Fun fact: I had some fight songs on my for a while until I got rid of them wisely. But lately, Jake knows. Lil Nas X. I mean, he's been obviously when he break the record for 17 straight weeks, something like that, for having Old Town Road at the top.
He is.
Yeah, and just I didn't really listen to his EP until I heard it. for the beach. Like I didn't hear Panini until I heard it. We heard it like that week of going into the beach, and I'm like, I didn't really like the song right away, and then it just kind of stuck with me. So I'm a big fan of Panini. I don't know if you guys have heard La La La. I think it's by Y2K. That's a good song.
Yes.
I like Pop Out right now. These are the songs I've been listening to lately. Dude, Caroline. That's a song I've been liking a lot lately. Really, I don't know what else I just kind of listen to those. I've been kind of listening. Do you ever pick like a few songs and just listen to those? Sometimes that's what I've been doing lately. And trying to
I think
think.
we all do that.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens. It's just like, I'm not the biggest fan of Rodeo anymore. That's only a song I like to listen to if there's many people. It's not really my favorite song, in my opinion. But I'm a big J. Cole fan. J. Cole, that's probably my favorite artist right now.
Cole, yeah.
I mean, I have so many. I mean, a lot of my songs on my playlist are of J. Cole. I mean, I think he's a great artist. I mean, I'm a big fan of 1985 at the Mint or ATM, I guess. I like Photograph. I like that entire album, honestly. So, I'm a big fan of J. Cole. I used to be a big Lecrae fan. Not as much anymore, but still like him. But he doesn't match up to Lecrae, or not Lecrae. J. Cole. But yeah, it's really it on my music right there. I mean, anything else you guys have to say? Any other tracks you would recommend to the people?
I would recommend the song. It's called Times 10 by Aha Gazelle and 1K Few. I don't see how anybody could listen to that song and not like it. So I would definitely recommend that song.
Okay. Guaranteed you'll like it. I like that.
Guaranteed.
Cool.
Mo Jake, sorry.
I don't really think so.
Mo?
No, not really. No.
All right. I mean, that's all I have for our musical, endeavors here. But so yeah, we went over that. We've looked at the thing. The last thing we have for today's podcast is something different. We had Bill Russell at the beginning. We went away from sports for a little bit because we are a sports podcast. But I kind of like talking about the other things. But we'll bring it back to sports here for the end. The NFL, I mean, yesterday they played the Hall of Fame game against the Broncos versus the Atlanta Falcons, and the Broncos won 14-10. So the NFL is back. I mean, it's preseason. It's not the real season, which starts next month. I say we give our early Super Bowl predictions. I say we get it out there now, and if we guess it, we look like, geniuses. So I just want a Super Bowl matchup and a Super Bowl champion. So someone kick us off.
All right. Mo, you go.
I'll kick us off. You want me to give a Super Bowl matchup?
Yeah, and then who you think's gonna win it?
I think from the NFC, I've got the Chicago Bears coming out.
Okay.
The Bears, nobody's really talking about them, but they're so underrated. They have the talent. Like, if it wasn't for that dumb kicker last year, they would have gone so far. So, like, the Bears are so underrated. I think they're going to make a championship run this year. The team I think of coming from the East is the Chiefs. The Chiefs are they're a very good team, and they almost made it last year. I believe they're just going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. And the Chiefs and the Bears, I think, will be in the Super Bowl. And Super Bowl champion, I believe, will be. I wanted to say the Chiefs. I wanted to be the Bears, but I think the Chiefs will probably win that matchup. But that's mine.
All right, I like that. I like that Bears sleep.
Yeah,
not
that's good.
sleeper
That's
pick,
good.
but not really. But I do like that. It's not the popular pick, and I respect that.
Wait, Mo, is Cody Parkey your best friend?
Yeah, I was thinking
Cody
he hates
Parkey.
Cody Parkey.
Yeah, Cody Parkey, the Bears
kicker.
kicker.
No, I hate them. they should have waived him
All right,
last year.
That's
I don't know
all.
why I didn't waive him.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Why
All right,
didn't I
so
waive him?
I'm gonna go to from the AFC. I've got the New England Patriots. I don't know. They're kind of like the Warriors. You just have to pick them every year. And until they don't make it for more than 1 year, I'm gonna keep picking them. And the NFC, oh man, tough one. Green Bay Packers.
What?
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers. The only reason I said that, like, I don't even think that they're good. I just think that Aaron Rodgers is good. That's it. I just think Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Thank you,
That's
Stephen
the
A.
only-
Yeah.
That's the other reason.
Jake thought of a great idea. Isaiah, you got to call in to Stephen A's show on this show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna call into Stephen A's show on the podcast.
That has to
It's a
happen.
radio show.
Run it back
Imagine
podcast
if
featuring
we-
Stephen A. and JuJu.
You know what I would talk to Stephen A about?
Carlos
Well,
Carter.
I would talk to him about my Bill Russell comment. I would say
Good.
Bill Russell's the most overrated player. There's this guy on my old high school team that could have carried them to just as many championships.
Isaiah.
Tell him Carlos
You
Carter.
should have like a script.
Yeah, I will.
You have to write it. You have to like write it out, like scripted.
I'll remember. That would be hilarious, though.
Honestly, I agree. I mean, Stephen A must hear that.
Does he take call?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
takes
on a show.
He does.
the radio show. Not on. Yeah,
Oh,
his radio show goes from like 1 to 3 on weekdays.
Yeah, I think so.
wow.
Hey, we take calls if people called in.
Well, maybe I'll call you one day.
Yeah, call him.
You gotta say call in. Yeah, no, call it one day, man. Yeah, Jake kind of is calling in a way. In a way, we kind of asked him to call in and then stay, and then talking the whole
You
podcast.
called in?
But yeah, he called in essentially. Well,
When
speaking
did
of
you
Jake,
call in?
let's give Jake. Let's hear what his predictions are here.
Chiefs
Jake
over
call
Saints 34-21, taking over.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
quick, right to
Knows
the point.
exactly
No context, no nothing. I
Patrick
like it.
Mahomes is the best catch-up-loving quarterback this side of Mississippi,
Honestly.
and the other side. Of
He's on the other side. He's on the other side.
Wait, so
Jake.
do you think he's good or bad?
Good.
He's great.
Okay.
Listen, I like Pat Mahomes is one of my favorite players because of his love for ketchup.
Well, I said the Chiefs to make the Super Bowl.
I know. I'm saying we're gonna win it.
Could be all their running game.
Why? They don't have Hunt anymore. What running game? Speaking of, nobody's talking about the Browns.
The Browns are gonna be good.
I know, but I don't have the confidence to put him in. You know.
I mean, they're not gonna be in the Super Bowl, but they're gonna be in the playoffs.
They got
Oh, I know.
Odell Beckham. They got Odell Beckham now. Like,
Yes, they did.
and Odell's like, isn't he like the highest paid receiver?
One of them, yeah.
Michael Thomas is now the highest paid
Yeah, I
receiver.
know. He's making a bunch.
Oh. Okay.
He was good.
He just signed a contract yesterday or 2 days ago.
2 days ago. I'm gonna give my predictions here. Speaking of Michael Thomas, I'm actually gonna take his Saints to move on from the NFC as well. I think it'll be a rematch of the NFC championship between the Rams and the Saints, and I think the Saints will actually pull it through this time. Drew Brees, getting up there in age, finally pulls through here, going to the Super Bowl to face. I think it's gonna be the Chiefs. It's between 3 teams with me. It's between the Chiefs, Patriots. I think the Texans will be a surprise team. I don't think anybody's thinking of the Texans. I think Deshaun Watson goes off this year, and then DeAndre Hopkins also, going off. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to say the Packers and the who'd you say? You said Patriots. That makes sense. The
Patriots and
Packers will not make the Super Bowl this year. Do I go favorite? Do I go super wild card or the team that probably will make it?
Team that probably will make it.
Yeah.
That's the Patriots, but I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will end up moving on as well.
Okay.
So I'll have Chiefs and I want to say Texans though, but I'll go Chiefs. Chiefs,
Okay.
Saints.
All right.
I think the Saints win it. I think Pat Mahomes is one step short once again. I think Drew Brees gets his second Super Bowl ring. I would like to see the Saints win. I have nothing against the Saints, so I think they will win. But yeah, that's all of our Super Bowl matchups. Is there anything else you guys want? Any surprise?
Well, here's my
go on.
wild card matchup that I'd love to see.
Okay.
Steelers, Cowboys. Steelers take it home.
That would be an awesome.
Just to
matchup.
show who America's team is.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Stephen A. would like that too.
Yeah, the
Big
Cowboys
Ben
should
gets that
be
third
fine.
ring.
Yeah.
That would
Big
be amazing.
sloppy Ben Roethlisberger.
Give me a wild. Give me
Hey,
Jake,
can I-
give us a wild
Can
card
I just say
prediction.
one more thing? Wait, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, I'm like, give
Can I
us
just
give
say one
give us
more
like your
thing?
wild card per Super Bowl prediction. Give us like 2 teams that match up that no one's thinking of. Or Mo, you can say what you wanted to say, but also
For
give
the
that
Super
as well.
You want me to say what I wanted to say, or
Yeah, say that and then
yeah.
give me like
Okay.
a wild card matchup.
so 2 teams in the wild card, like in the
Yeah.
same side, or
No,
from the
two
AFC?
teams that like that would be like no one's talking about matching up in the Super Bowl, or like 2 teams that aren't going to the Super Bowl that people don't.
Oh, okay. 2 teams that are going to the Super Bowl. I'd say on the NFC side. That's a tough one. I would say maybe the Eagles.
That's a good pick.
The Eagles on the NFC side. I'm sure there are a lot of Eagles fans out there who think they'll make the Super Bowl again, but I think they'll be a surprise team if they make the Super Bowl again. On the AFC side, I'm thinking the Ravens are our pick to go to the Super Bowl.
I like that.
That's it for me.
Wild card. Well, can I keep my NFC the same for my wild
Yes,
card?
that would also count as a wild card prediction. Yes.
All right, yeah. We'll keep the Packers in there, and honestly, just because nobody said that yet, I'll say the Steelers.
I thought Jake said the Steelers.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. But I'll say Packers Steelers rematch.
All right, I like that. For the AFC,
I like Mo's.
Oh, sorry.
I like Mo's matchup because it pits former Penn State teammates against each other. Trace McSorley and Miles Sanders. The backfield duo.
Oh wow!
I'm sure that'll be the main storyline going into that game. 100%.
I hope it is.
Yeah, like,
Trace
Jake's
coming
gonna
off
write
an
articles on
MVP year, trying to win his first ring. Oh, that's my other bold prediction. Trace McSorley wins MVP and Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, okay. Jake, off your drugs. No, I'm just kidding. But from the AFC, I mean, no one said the Browns. I feel like that's the trendy pick, to pick for a team that is a surprise team. I'm just going to go to the Texans again for this one because I think that would be a surprise team if the Texans made the Super Bowl, in my opinion. But I could also see them doing it, so I'm going to go to the Texans, and then I'm going to stay in the NFC South. I'm going to go to the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, they made it back in Super Bowl, 2 years ago, back in Super Bowl 51. Should have won that, didn't. They kind of choked that. But last year, they lost Deion Jones. They lost Keanu Neal. They lost a lot of people on the defensive side of the ball. And also, Devontae Freeman also got hurt as well. So they lost they lost a lot of people due to injury last year. They went 7-9 with those injuries. I think they make the playoffs this year and make a run. I think Matt Ryan is okay, but he made it there once.
Ryan's pretty
There's
good.
a chance to make it there again. So Falcons Texans, what a weird matchup.
Oh, Battle of the South.
All right.
Yeah. Any other team? Any other surprise teams? New York Jets make the Super Bowl? Anything like that, or?
Bell carries them to the playoffs.
Ooh.
Could happen. Okay.
I got one team. I think everybody's sleeping on the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They got Derek Carr. People say he's bad, but he's never really had a receiver to throw to, and now he has Antonio Brown, who works extremely hard. I follow Antonio Brown a little bit. Like, he's an extremely hard worker, and he's the best receiver in the league. Let's not forget. So, I mean, you could argue that Julio Jones is the best, but I think Antonio Brown's the best receiver in the league. But besides that, I think the Oakland Raiders are definitely a sleeper team, just because they had a bad record last year. I think was it John Gruden, the head coach? I think Oakland's definitely a sleeper team. I think they're gonna make some noise this year.
Mo, Jake's got his pillow over there. He's sleeping on the
He's
When
got
they mention the
melatonin on the Raiders.
I was just Tyler, I was just gonna say I have melatonin on the Raiders. I've got NyQuil on the Raiders.
He's got a coffin on the Raiders.
I can't change your mind. So
Pronounce him dead.
Well, I can't change it.
You are right about AB being the hardest worker.
Nah, I agree.
I'll give you that.
Maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe Nick Foles is good, and then they already have the defense. Maybe Jacksonville Jaguars end up being good again. Could happen.
Oh, Nick Foles. Alan Hearns.
Yeah.
Oh. that can work.
49ers could be good this year. I mean, Garoppolo comes back, so they could be a solid team. They were supposed to be good last year until he went down to injury. That's him. Carrick thinks the Lions are going to be a 10-6 team. He's high.
You're right. 12-4.
Nah, I think they're going 8-8. Honestly, maybe 7-9.
Okay.
But not that. Any other teams, guys? Anybody else you thinking of? Any?
That's it for me.
Doing my normal and bold prediction, so it's pretty good for me.
All right, that's really all we have here slated for the Run It Back. Nice hour 30 runtime for you guys watching this. It's something you can listen to if you're playing some Madden or something like that. If you're playing 2K, only if you're a kid though. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm just kidding. That's gonna be the end of this episode, guys. Say goodbye to the people, Jake, Isaiah, Mo, Isaiah, Jake.
Thank you guys for listening to me ramble on about certain things. I look forward to being on this in the future.
As we will have him on the future. Jake, thank you for joining us.
All right, yeah, Jake, thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Yeah, tons of fun.
All right, that's going to be the end of it, guys. Episode 4 will be out. I don't know when yet, but we'll figure it out. This video will either be up tomorrow or Sunday, possibly Monday. We'll figure it out. I'll have to edit it, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't really want to edit it tonight. But for Mo, for Isaiah, for Jake, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Later.